Jay Marantatu. Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic, folk, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio. me when I'm listening. I can take the flat out of broke. I can put the lucky back into break. I really love that song. Pop with an Appalachian touch from Heidi Jane in California, USA, and Tony. Hi there, what about yous? We're back again with another show and some great new Celtic and roots music for you. Nancy Erickson emailed from Colorado. Love your show. It's what I listen to on Saturdays in Colorado. Thanks for doing such a splendid job. And Michael Walls also emailed from England. Hello Raymond, found your programme through the Irish Tenor Banjo Forum I am part of as a modest tenor banjo player. What a great site. I love your Irish and bluegrass music especially. I also like your chats in the Irish language. It has inspired me to try and learn a bit from a free site I've found. My family originate from Sligo, so I guess it's in the blood. Do keep on with your historical anecdotes as well. Best wishes. Michael also adds, by the way, if there are any Walls family out there listening, or any you know of, I would love to hear from them. Okay, if you're a Walls with Irish connections, get in contact with Michael, who by the way is already on our Celtic Roots Radio network. That's celticrootsradio.ning.com, our social networking site for discussing music, language, anything Celtic or roots orientated. You can connect with some of our artists on there, and you'll also find music, videos, photos, events, our survey, etc. Nancy Barnett sent a message via our Facebook group. Just love your podcast, it is brilliant. I live in the States, California actually. I have Celtic roots. I love all the history and geography and current events you include into each show. Keep up the great work. Well, keep those emails coming in, and don't forget to go on your local iTunes store and rate and review the show. If you find you can't wait for the next show, there's a simple solution. Tune in to our 24/7 Celtic Roots Radio web station on Live 365. Details on our website. Right, more great music now. We've had a whole clatter of great new songs and tunes submitted recently through Sonic Bids, and they keep coming. We're going to stay in California with a bunch of pirates called Raggle, Taggle, and a tune called The Quest.
Kari Mountain, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and then produced my rapier, saying stand and deliver, for I am a bold deceiver. Musha ring dabba doo dabba da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I counted out his money, and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket, and I took it home to Jenny. She vowed and she swore that she never would deceive me. But the devil take the woman, but they never can be easy. Musha ring dabba doo dabba da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I went into my chamber, poured to take a slumber. I dreamt of golden jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny took me charges, and she filled them up with water, and then sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Musha ring dabba doo dabba da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Was early in the morning as I awoke for travel. The gods were all around me, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced my pistol, for she stole away my rapier. But I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Musha ring dabba doo dabba da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army. He's stationed down in Cork, or maybe in Killarney. And if he'll come to free me, we'll go roving near Kilkenny. And I swear he'll treat me better than me darling Spalding Jenny. Mush-a-ring-dabba-doo-dabba-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Mush-a-ring-dabba-doo-dabba-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar.
That was Shadowdancer, alias Jack Montgomery, from Kentucky, USA, with the traditional Irish song, Whiskey in the Jar. Well, last week I talked a bit about Dublin and the way people talk down there, and at least some of you seem to enjoy that. I like to vary things as much as possible, not be too predictable. I've been thinking for some time of telling us a wee bit more about my boat, Warrior Maid, the name being a translation of Kelly, my eldest daughter's name. Warrior Maid began life as a ship's lifeboat maybe 60 years or more ago. She was built in Birkenhead, near Liverpool, and when the ship was decommissioned, the lifeboats were sold off. These were 28-foot clinker-built wooden boats, built to carry 53 passengers in an emergency. Clinker-built means the planks overlap. One of these was bought by a man called McCullough, same surname as myself, who lived up in Carnlough, a wee harbour halfway up the County Antrim coast. This man obviously knew what he was doing, for he made a great job of converting her into a sailing motor cruiser. When my wife Cherry and I first bought this boat, people naturally asked me what sort of a boat it was, to which I usually replied, a rotten one. The boat had been sitting up on the hard at a wee private marina in Bachand for several years, and the rainwater hadn't been too kind to it. All the plywood decks were completely rotten, as were the sides. The roof leaked, and the cockpit sole, the floor, was pretty dodgy too. In fact, the second time I climbed aboard and stepped down into the wheelhouse, my foot went straight through the floor and I skinned the whole shin of the leg. Needless to say, we didn't pay out a fortune for this ship, but we spent a fair bit over the next 3 or 4 years on fixing it up. We're listening now to a Canadian brother and sister duo, Qristina with a Q and Quinn, Bachand, from the beautiful city of Victoria in British Columbia, Canada, and the Frenchies, 2 tunes called Fil et Bobine, meaning thread and bobbin, and Les Poules Huppes, which means the crested hens.
Faded life, faded jeans, high school prom queen. Now I get by at this last chance saloon. Blue collar cowboy pills the tall boy, the smoke surrounds me. But should I try to find myself in her husband's life? The 11th bridge of Wayne, all the troubles rack my brain. I must truly be insane to start over again, over again, over again. All-star minor, hard blue liner, it chanced to make the big show a time ago. Now just the streets seem to know his name. Had to marry, a load to carry, I had to let my dreams go. Now these bomb maidens' eyes still see my star on the rise. Down the 11th bridge of Wayne, all the troubles rack my brain. I must truly be insane to start over again, over again, over again. Flower sundress called me princess, his loving child grew in me. But now they've passed and left me alone. He's run around this gossip town, today's life I'll forfeit. But I'm filled with regret, and maybe there'll be hope, yes. Down the 11th bridge of Wayne, all the troubles rack my brain. I must truly be insane to start over again, over again, over again. This shit's alive, dust clouds rise, I'll teach that man a lesson. To that watering hole she finds these lovers too. A new obsession, Smith and Wesson, now all the eyes are open. Now I'm the judge, I will preside. Don't look at me all bleary-eyed. The verdict is cut and dried. Down the 11th bridge of Wayne, all the troubles rack my brain. I must truly be insane to start over again, over again. It's a new life she will find, over again. On the run from time to time, over again. By that trigger belt so time, over again. They say that true love is a crime. Down the 11th bridge of Wayne, all the troubles rack my brain. I must truly be insane to start over again.
A band called the Wynnes from over in Prince Edward Island, Canada, and a song called Wayne. I spent 3.5 years replacing 6 planks in the hull, repairing rotten ribs, making new decks and fiberglass in them, new cockpit floor, repairing the cabin roof, new wheelhouse roof and supports, new rudder. Happily, another boat owner, Alan, was engaged in a similar project to myself, and we both encouraged and commiserated with each other, especially as we watched other boat owners sailing out of the marina. One of these days, we told ourselves. Finally, in November 2001, I booked the crane to lift me in. Unfortunately, I had to officiate at the funeral of a suicide earlier that day, so the whole event was over before I was really able to take it in. We were in the water and drinking a glass or two of sparkling wine to mark the occasion before it really sank in. That following summer, we travelled around 300 nautical miles, up and down the coast of Northern Ireland and as far as Carlingford in County Louth, which is just across the border. The second year we ventured a bit further afield, sailing up the Clyde Estuary in Scotland, around the Kyles of Butte and across to Tarbert and Campbellton in the Mull of Kintyre. On the first leg of that journey, we ended up towing the other boat into the harbour in Port Patrick, even though they were about an hour ahead of us originally. The seasoned sailors had managed to get a sheet of polythene wrapped around their prop, which completely stalled their engine. Later in the trip though, the favour was returned, and we had to get the resident engineer aboard on the way down the Kilbrannan Sound towards Campbellton. We'd broken the welding on a frame supporting a flexible coupling on our prop shaft, and the vibration was trying to tear the hull apart. By the way, I managed to find an engineering firm in Campbelltown to do a temporary welding and drilling job on that frame, and the owner, who'd picked me up and dropped me back to the boat, refused to take any money from me there and then. He said he'd sent me a bill, and only charged me £30 anyway. So all those stories about Scotsmen being so stingy about money might not be totally accurate. We also travelled down the Irish coast as far as Huppes, just outside Dublin. Altogether, we did another 700 nautical miles that season. Unfortunately, on the way back up from Dublin, we managed to blow up the engine, which has limited our sailing for the last few seasons. As any of you who happen to own one will know, a wooden boat is a big hole in the sea that you keep pouring money into. This is Kari Groff-Denis from New York City, USA, with an Appalachian tune, Old Virginia.
somewhere in the hills of West Virginia, down some dark hollow on a winding road, with my woman sick and our baby hungry. Since the mine shut down, I shouldered a heavy load. I took a gun and walked to Raleigh, just went to steal some milk and bread. The clerk pulled a shotgun from beneath the counter. Next thing I know, he lay there dead. Take me home, where I can rest in peace when my days on earth are gone. Take me home. In this prison cell I wait for death at dawn. Somewhere in southern Mississippi, down where the swampland meets the sea. First they came a-hunting Daddy, and then they came a-hunting me. Revenue was down from Jackson. They tried to take my daddy's land. Well, my daddy fought, and they shot that old man down. I killed them both with my bare hands. Take me home, where I can rest in peace when my days on earth are gone. Take me home. In this prison cell I wait for death at dawn.
That was a ballad called Take Me Home from Ross Moore in Tennessee, USA. We're going to finish now with a beautiful gospel song from another California artist, Alexandra Celano, and I'm Overcome. Take it easy there now, Slant.
I'm overcome by the love you've shown for me. I'm swept away in your arms. Tears of joy roll down my face. Lord, I'm overcome. I've prayed your mysteries, witnessed your sweet consolation all around me. Forgiveness pouring on, and all without hesitation. I'm overcome by the love you've shown for me. I'm swept away in your arms. Tears of joy roll down my face. Lord, I'm overcome. I may not understand all the choices that you make in my life. Yes, there's a larger plan, and I'm content with the ride. I'm overcome by the love you've shown for me.
swept away in your arms. Tears of joy roll down my face. Lord, I'm overcome. Lord, I'm overcome. Overcome by the love you've shown for me. I'm swept away in your arms. Tears of joy roll down my face. Lord, I'm overcome. I'm overcome by the love you've shown for me. I'm swept away in your arms. Tears of joy roll down my face. Lord, I'm overcome. Lord, I'm overcome. Lord, I'm
Well, that's all we have time for on this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banagia.